media covers your story will be built from the ground up. King, dominate. He's the one, the only, motherfucker Jason Lee.
Welcome back to an all-new episode of the Jason Lee Show. Now, you know my next guest is not a stranger to these parts, and now that he's out of prison and burning the internet down like usual, he's finally back on the Jason Lee Show. Please welcome by himself, Blueface. Okay, so first for many things. One, you're the first guest to be on the show 3 times, the first guest whose mother I've interviewed, and the only guest that has made my entire team buy their merch, and they're all wearing it today.
Hey, I love that.
Yeah, you
appreciate it.
Well, while you were locked up, we actually supported. We bought every single thing that you sold in the merch.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I see it. I believe you. They got it on.
Okay, so you've been out 4 months now.
Yeah. Going on 5.
And how is life? Because I love when you pull up to the show. We get the version of Blue that I know is underneath the social media wreckage that you do every day.
Yeah, it's great, man. It's a different time. Now, social media is more real than real life, I guess.
Is it?
Since I've been out, that's what it's been.
Okay, so you went to prison. What is it? It's been 2 years already.
Yeah. It was end of 2023, start of 2024.
And you did 2 years in prison.
Yeah.
Okay, so how was prison?
I will say it's boring, but it's a lot of time to self-reflect, see who's there, see who's not. But it doesn't change you. Some people think prison will change. Maybe more time will, but from my experience, it didn't change me. It just showed me who's really down and who's really not. So that's what I got from it. Females that I thought would be there forever. Liar. Fucking liar.
That's one of the lessons?
Yeah, major lessons.
But you go into prison as Blueface. Everybody in prison knows you. You're highly controversial. You hit the yard. Are you concerned day one? Are you ready to turn up day one? How were you embraced when you got there?
A little bit of everything. To be honest, prison is more like a place of I'd probably say misery. Like everybody's miserable, so nobody cares about the famous people, as you would think. You would think, oh shit, Blueface. There's some people like that, and then there's some people like, man, give a fuck, I'm in prison. Fuck Blueface, And then there's some people like, oh, my kids like you, and then there's some people like, fuck you. So it's a little bit of everything, but it's definitely a whole different world, a whole different survival instinct. Whole different financial instinct, whole different everything. It's its own world. But
did you feel like people were gonna test you because you're Blueface, or? You got money, you got bitches. Sorry.
I feel like they test.
Sorry, got comfortable. See what he does?
You already know.
No.
You already know.
No. You're a bad influence. Right. Let me catch myself.
Okay.
You got money, you have women, you have fame. And then you come into prison, I'm assuming somebody's gonna wanna try it.
Yeah. Yeah, in a way. But at the same time, it's other people who wanna maybe prove themselves to me or show that they fuck with me. So it balances out. Mm-hmm. For every person that wants to get at me, there's another person who's like, do something to me first. Mm-hmm. I've been here all year type shit, Mm-hmm. So I use that to my advantage. The only time I ever really felt tried is personal. Somebody I was either celled up with or hanging around. But just some random outsider, nah, it wasn't it wasn't given that. It is with your friends, they start to feel like, okay, you fuck with me, all right. As soon as he turn around, I'm gonna take the straw. As soon as he turn around, all right, let me grab the mug. Shit like that. But just random people, I can't say anybody just got at me just on some fuck you, you're Blueface.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, it wasn't that.
Okay, so speaking of your face, now I look at the Mona Lisa. She hangs in the Louvre in Paris. It's a protected art piece that nobody can fuck with. It's just, it's the Mona Lisa.
Exactly.
This is your Mona Lisa. You decided to put the That's the MLB
Yep.
logo.
MLB, yep.
The Chase Bank logo.
Yeah.
The YSL, was that already there?
No, I got that in there too.
Okay. The Walgreens logo.
Washington Nationals, but same thing. Yeah. Cursive W.
Okay. Why?
Well, my hood is on Washington, so that's why I got a Washington Nationals.
Okay.
Washington, everything Washington. Got the Y for the hood. It's a lot of hood shit, you know?
Okay.
The other logos are just like, I feel like if we made a lot of money together, I'd get that shit tatted.
But people collect baseball cards. They don't put baseball logos on their face.
Yeah, it's more like a LA gang culture thing, you know?
Okay.
You know how LA gangs, we all wear baseball hats,
Okay.
you know? Everybody has a baseball, every gang has a baseball hat that signifies this is your gang. This is the hat you wear for your gang.
Yeah.
So the MLB is just more like, I'm involved.
But if you're in prison to turn your life around, that was what you was in prison for, right? To turn your whole life around, get out, start mentoring kids, and to, was that your thing?
No.
No, okay.
No.
So it was a temporary stop.
Yeah, it was just a quick pit stop, you know?
Okay. And then,
Honestly, that shit just took me back. Took me back to the old blue, to the old ratchet gangbanging dumbass.
that's who you are now.
No, that's what prison took me back to.
Okay.
Now, obviously, I'm free, so I'm not still in that state of mind, but you know, it's a click away.
But so the tattoos, you just wanted to, why not somewhere else on your body? Why you put them all over your face?
I ran out of space. I got tattoos all over my head, all over my chest, my arms. Honestly, when I was a kid, I always told myself, man, when you grow up, you're gonna be one tatted motherfucker. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like just some spur of the moment type shit. It was honestly just like all right, now I have the time to do it, so
Let's just get it done.
Yeah, let's do it.
So when you were in there, I told you we all, we didn't put any money on your books because as an elected official now I have to report everything I spend my money. No, I didn't put any money on your books.
You didn't put no money on my books?
No, but we bought all your merch.
Okay,
we spent the bag, but bought all the merch. We bought every single piece of it.
I respect that. That's good enough.
But when you were in there, so you had all these people out here that you put money in their pockets. You made a lot of people famous. You put a lot of people on.
Yeah.
And what did you learn about them when you got locked up?
I learned it quick, to be honest. I learned that everything was circumstantial. If I was put in a position where I wasn't as resourceful or as financially helpful, that these people wouldn't do anything for me. Mm-hmm. So learning that was probably the biggest lesson, because while you're out here, you think, oh man, if I needed it, you'd have it. Because I helped you get it, so if I needed it, you'd return the favor. But I mean, that's not always the case, and nobody's entitled to, so I'm not bitter or sad about it. It's just more of a reality check. All right, shit, you got your own thing going. If you were in my shoes and I needed you to help me get in position, you wouldn't do that for me. So I don't regret doing it for you, but I'm not gonna continue to better your position. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. It's not really like a fuck you, I hate you. It's just more like if you were to be on a boat with someone, you jump in the water, you start drowning, and they're just standing there and not throwing a floaty. All right, I just won't get on the boat with you no fucking more if I survive. Mm-hmm. That's how I look at it. It's not like, fuck you, I don't wanna. It's just, all right, I just won't get on the boat with you.
But Jaidyn, they said you gave her $90,000 before you went in, and she didn't put anything on your books.
Yeah, that's
Nothing
true.
in 2 years.
That's true.
Is that true?
Let me break it down. I actually paid her rent for 5 months.
Before you went in?
Yeah, and I gave her $40,000. Her rent was $10,000 a month, so that equals to $90,000 that I just gave, because I was only supposed to do 6 months.
Okay. I
went in with a 6-month sentence. So the extra time, but yeah, from the beginning, she was very circumstantial. Like, I'm not doing it if you're not doing it type shit.
I'm not doing what?
Putting money on your books, paying your lawyer fees, looking out for you pretty much. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, all right. I don't know how that recollects in your brain to think that that's like okay to just be this way. Like, all right, you gave me this, but shit, you dealing with that bitch, so you get nothing. But some people, maybe women, they think that that's a fair trade. But for me, love is caring about somebody's well-being regardless of what they're doing and who they're doing with, you know? If I care about you, you could be with my worst enemy. If you're fucking on the streets in a tent, if I love you, I'm still gonna come out that tent. Mm-hmm. I know a place, you know?
First of all, if you ever see me in the tent.
But that's a manly thing, you know?
You see me in the tent, you leave me in the tent, I'm burning blue.
You feel me?
Yes.
That's how I felt. They left me in the tent.
But you don't seem angry about it. So you give her you pay her rent, and obviously his kids are there, so you making sure your kids have a home, making sure they're good, and that's what men do, they're providers.
Exactly.
I don't think you get a lot of credit. Like I see, everybody doesn't really understand, like, why you like Blueface so much. There's two Bluefaces in my opinion. There's like this blue, and then there's the blue we see on the internet, which he's gonna show up at some point in a minute. Yeah. But you taking care of your kids like a man is supposed to, if she still had the 40 grand, she could have put some on your books.
And she was still doing shows. She's still making money every weekend off of
the snip like a Barbie.
You know, off of the things that we created together. Yeah. So I don't understand how or where the money went, but I mean, shit, that's for her to explain.
And you didn't feel no type of way?
Yeah, I was hurt, you know, while I'm going through it, you know, while I'm in the cell and I'm needing for someone to take action. Yeah, of course. I was hurt, but over the time, you know, 2 years is a long time to day by day, though. It's not like I'm getting a mental break and I'm going to the mall, to the club, and I'm forgetting about it. No, it's 24 hours a day. That's all you're thinking about for 2 years. So it's like the turnaround time of like getting over shit is like as soon as you get out type thing, you know?
Yeah, but if you're not getting any money on your books for 2 years, you're reminded every Sunday when it's time to get money to go buy something.
That's true, but you know, I always got a bitch. That's gonna do something for me.
Okay, so then Chrisean, while you were in there, did she look out for you?
Temporarily. Yeah, temporarily. Okay. I wouldn't take that from her. She, maybe for about 6 months, she did the best she could. Mm-hmm.
Now you were obsessed over her. That's the word that I would. We're gonna own it.
I wouldn't.
We're gonna own it. We're gonna own it. You were obsessed.
I wouldn't say that. But
Blue.
What? Why would you say that?
Blue.
Why would you say that?
Chrisean, you were not obsessed. I don't know what it was, but you were obsessed over that girl.
You don't know what it was. We were in business together.
Yeah, but I think that was your way of making it all make sense.
Making it okay.
Because I think for you, you're a tough guy. You know, you're a tough guy. I think it would tear at your ego to admit that you were a little soft with Chrisean.
Yeah, I had a special place in my heart for her, but I wouldn't say obsessed. I would say it was more like if you bring somebody up, you know, like you have an intern or whatnot.
Yeah. And, not an intern. An intern?
I'm saying.
We're gonna make an analogy of an intern.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's how, I mean, from the beginning, you know? Mm-hmm. Obviously, over time, we became more than that.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to bring you into my world so you can understand.
Okay.
If you had an intern and your intern was actually coming across very loyal, very genuine, very appreciative, you would pour more and more into that person, right?
And then you promote them.
And then when it happens for them, you're gonna feel a little entitled. You're gonna feel a little the reason, right? You're gonna feel like, damn, like I watched you grow from this to that. I have everything to do with you growing from this to that. Of course, you're gonna have some type of like obsession.
Okay.
I'll give it, sure. You'll have some type of obsession.
But do you feel like you were obsessed?
Nah, I wouldn't, because if I was, it would still be a thing, you know? Mm-hmm.
But even when there were rumors that she had set you up and because there were rumors that she set you up to rob you, right?
Yeah. That was early on, though. I didn't really know her well. Knowing her how I know her now, yeah, I believe it. I believe that she probably did have those intentions. Mm-hmm. That's in her character. On multiple occasions, we've seen her use people against people, addresses against, hey, I gave this person the address, or I've done, you know? Mm-hmm. And this is her self-proclaiming. This isn't me accusing, making up. I'm just saying what we've seen of her. Mm-hmm. She seems, what do you think? You think
but how could you?
Seems like the type to.
When you all were in it, I honestly, I think anything could have happened. Like, yeah, you called it the circus. I remember.
I agree, but I'm saying my absence, have you seen her do the same patterns, the same cycles with other people?
Well, I think you're a necessary ingredient in the circus. When you
No, I agree. No, I'm just saying her character, you know?
I haven't really heard much or seen much.
No, I'm saying while I was arrested. Not today.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah,
today
yeah,
she's
yeah.
not as global and as cool as she was. But I'm just saying, then, while I was in prison, did you see any of her same patterns?
You know the shade
habits?
is gonna hit the same way. Only even though your tone is low, the shade is gonna.
I mean,
hit
it's not shade. It's just the truth.
Just honestly, got it.
You don't
Okay.
see her as much doing anything.
No, I don't. I think that at the time, you know, I think there was a level of desperation, and look, you know, Chrisean, you know, I love you.
Keep it real.
Yeah,
It's
there
no
was a level
shade.
of desperation where I think anything was anything, right? But what made you still lay down with somebody that you knew or believed was trying to set you up to get robbed? Given that you see people,
I didn't, like I said before, I didn't know her as well as I know her now. So I gave it the benefit of the doubt of possibly this or possibly that. Knowing what I know now, oh yeah, for sure. She's a setup artist. That's I don't know, maybe it's a Baltimore thing, maybe that's, I don't know. But I've seen her on multiple occasions, tell somebody that she gave somebody the address, put my address out publicly, put this person, hey, this person's here doing this. So maybe love, maybe I was naive.
were you in love
Sure.
with her and Jaidyn at different times?
Yeah, at different times.
Okay.
I've been in love before.
And are you in love with either one of them now?
No,
Okay, at all?
no.
So we're never gonna see the Crazy in Love 2
Never.
show or Back in Love with Chrisean. Never, never, ever.
Ever.
Okay, what was the turning point for you to say this? Me and Chrisean is done. Because I don't think there's like I think I told you in one of the interviews. I was at the White House or at the Vice President's house, and they were talking about Blueface and Chrisean. Like everywhere around the world, Blueface and Chrisean became a thing. At what point was it no longer of interest to you?
Prison, you know? Like I said, I was there for people in their hardship. And people said, hey, you should stop hanging around with this person, stop bringing them here, stop bringing them there. I avoided it. I still brought them, I still did it. So when I see that you wouldn't do the same, when the shoe's on the other foot, I have to take that into consideration with my future. I can't be like, look, because I don't know if you know, but in the beginning, it was not a cool thing to have Chrisean by my side. People were smelling her seats after we leave and just doing funny, weird stuff, right?
Who was smelling the seed?
We did a stream with Aiden Ross, our first stream.
And he smelled the seed?
As soon as we left, you know, she didn't have the best stigma from jump. It was always started as hate. It just became love over time, you know? That's how it all starts, though, for everyone.
No.
But yeah,
No.
for everyone.
Not for you.
Well, for me.
For me, if hygiene,
My
if
experience.
we don't.
No, I'm talking about just hate in general. Like a fresh face, you're gonna receive more hate in the beginning.
Especially when you start popping. I mean,
Exactly.
what you created.
It doesn't mean her seat smelled funny. She never.
Oh.
It wasn't that type of vibe. It was just like the hate was so big
Okay.
that the audience would say, "Oh, she's gone. Smell her seat. She
got it.
stinks. She's
Okay,
musty.
okay.
She doesn't have it too. She doesn't have this. She doesn't have that." So that became a very like stigma, and it started to fall on me. Like, "Oh, why you got her with you? She don't do this. She don't do that. She does this. She smells like that. She does this." But I didn't care because I actually fucked with her like genuinely. So I brought her. Come on, keep coming. Who cares what they think? But I'm just giving you the examples of what people would do after they get the content and we leave. Okay, now you want to smell her seat and act funny. Now you want to make it a thing that she made a hole in the wall here. But while the content's going and the people are raging, you love it.
Right.
You know? So that's how that was. But like I said, back to your question, prison like just showed me like, okay, if I wasn't resourceful, if I didn't have the means, you wouldn't be there. So why would I do anything further knowing that? At least with some new person, it's a 50-50 chance that I know you may be there, you may not. These two specific individuals, oh, I know for sure they're not gonna be there.
But you were just with Jaidyn the other day, but that's because of your kids.
Yeah.
So you still show up for family time.
Yeah. We got our son's
But
birthday party today.
You're not having sex with them, though?
No, not Chrisean. No, I don't deal with Chrisean in any way, shape, type, or form. But Jaidyn, like, we're more family-oriented, you know? Me and Jaidyn have a history. Me and Jaidyn are like, we could be like brother and sister, best friends at this point. Mm-hmm. But as far as the relationship goes, no, I don't see that.
Ever?
I know you're not gonna be there.
But I mean,
that
was your childhood sweetheart, though.
Yeah.
And when you guys were here, I don't know if it was to get back at Chrisean or to just show me what the real love with you two were like, but it was a night and day between you, Chrisean, and you and her.
Yeah, no, it's different because we have more time in.
Yeah.
She's known me since I was a kid. I've known her since she was a kid.
Yeah.
Chrisean met me when I was a Blueface. Chrisean was a Blueface fan. Mm-hmm. So what's the difference when you meet somebody before you're famous and when you're already famous? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's literally night and day.
No, it is.
You know? Yeah. Somebody who just wants to fuck with you because the small things, and somebody who wants to fuck with you because the larger things. But like I said, if you know someone's not going to be there in that time, you'll be a fool to continue to deal with them. God forbid to be back in that situation with that same person.
But when you were out before you went in, which I love the fact that you did get some lessons in prison. I mean, obviously the face tattoos cemented you're just who you are and it is what it is. But there were some lessons that you learned there. Do you think that all those crash out moments that we've witnessed? I mean, we watched the two girls get together right around the town on live. You pop up at the house get destroyed. You taking the kid, them chasing you out. When you look at all of that chaos that was happening before, you just chalk that up to that was just the whole viral sensation of Blueface, Chrisean, Jaidyn. That was that moment.
Circus.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the circus at the time. Now it's a new circus. It will continuously be some type of chaos. That's how I run it. It'll never be a dull moment. It'll never be just boring.
Yeah. I remember you, the only time I've ever talked to you on the phone where I had a sense of disappointment from you was when you felt like I violated the terms and conditions of the circus.
What? Elaborate on.
Remember I had Chrisean here, and she went live and made it look like I showed her your interview or something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you were showing a little favoritism.
No.
You were giving people credibility for the way the circus was ran. Oh, this person's the clout. This person is the reason why it's...
That was me fanning the flames to get the circus going. You're the conductor.
This is the flame. This is what you fan. You don't fan the second acts and the monkeys and the unicorns and the fucking...
Yeah, but those things
you don't fan them. No.
Those things
you have your own circus.
Not like that one.
Maybe not intimately.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in a workspace, you have your own circus, right?
We have our own operation.
So imagine if I come here and I'm fanning him. And you're sitting in your nice big room, and you're like, "What the fuck, Blueface? Why the fuck are you fanning him?"
They're all wearing your face on their shirts right now.
I'm not saying for that purpose. I'm just saying for the purpose of the business and how it's being ran.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm in contact with him.
Yeah.
Right. You see me and him. We're like, "Oh, you the reason Hollywood Unlocked is even Hollywood Unlocked right now. You the reason fucking Jason Lee is Jason Lee." You're gonna be like, "Bro,
stop, knock it off."
Come on.
Yeah. You feel like I was doing that?
You've done that on multiple occasions.
Only maybe once.
That's one time too many.
Okay, all right. So now
I'm the reason for anyone's existence.
So do you feel like that?
A part of this circus.
Yeah, do you feel like that? Do you feel like those individuals, because Snip Like a Barbie, we wouldn't know that without you, really. You did that. We wouldn't know Chrisean without you.
You wouldn't know my mom without me. You wouldn't know anybody that you've ever talked to, interviewed, done anything with, that's went anywhere, you wouldn't have done it without me.
Right. So do you decide when the circus acts get to play or not?
No. See, I'm a good circus runner.
Yeah.
I'm a good ringmaster. I don't make these people sign anything that ties them to the circus. So if you want to use the circus to get to Disneyland, hey, as soon as you're over the circus, go ahead. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be another monkey waiting at the fucking door. We're gonna review her resume. We're gonna let her audition. We're gonna let her do her crazy act. And it's gonna continue. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna stop because one person decides that they wanna go to Disneyland or Magic Mountain.
what is reviewing the resume look like with you? Because I don't know that I always
Do you have something that will?
I always wonder what is it that it takes to become a part of Blue Circus.
What does it take? Just get my attention. I feel like if you get my attention, you can get everybody else's. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just present yourself. Stand out in the line until everyone's gone.
But do you?
Right? You would notice that person.
What?
If somebody was standing outside this place,
I would call the police
for 30 days.
I don't want that. I don't want that.
No.
That's what I'm saying. You thrive in obsession. You want them to be obsessed with you.
No, I don't want them to be obsessed with me, but I want them to be know and see and feel what they're waiting for. That makes sense? So it's like if you were to say some J's about to drop.
Yeah.
You go in line, only you are gonna go in line for the J's that you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know which ones you're gonna wait all night for. You know which ones you're gonna give your heart and soul for.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in a bad way, but just in what you want.
So you're the J's.
I'm the store. I'm not the J's. You know, the J's is the clout. The J's is the audience. The J's is the people, the chat. I'm just the store who's providing this location for you to wait outside of.
But the problem with the store is you kind of give the J's to everybody. At least that's what it looks like on social media.
Everybody's welcome.
Everybody's getting the J though.
Everybody's welcome, man. The way I see it, I'm like the leader of the underground, bro. I'm not like no Hollywood ass, superstitial ass. You have to look this way, weigh this much, do this. I don't care about none of that.
But women are emotional. You seem to be emotionally unavailable. You don't seem to be a guy who's like looking for love to love your partner.
I'm more of a earning type person. Like, you gotta earn my love.
How?
The bad times.
Okay.
There will always be a hardship that'll flow past. It's up to you to get on that boat or not.
Mm-hmm.
You decide not to, okay. I understand. But if you decide to, I love you forever.
Okay. So let's go back and talk about Chrisean really quick. There was lots of headlines. You all had a child together. She named the child Chrisean Jr. There were times where you said it wasn't your kid, it is your kid.
Yeah.
Now today it's not your kid.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not. Why did you publicly claim the kid to be yours?
We were making money. It was a good storyline. The biological father was, he didn't fit the storyline, put it that way. So I went along with it, cool, But if you play back the train of events, it all makes sense today, right?
Did you plan that plot out? Like, was that a conversation like, look, this isn't my kid, but I'm gonna act like it's my kid for the story?
No. It wasn't necessarily like that.
Just roll with it.
Yeah, all right. Because like I said, you can watch Crazy in Love, you can watch anything. I've always, the timing, the events never matched up, but I just kept going with it. Mm-hmm. But you can see, I'm a vocal person. So if I see, hey, on this day you said you were here, and the doctor said on this day you were conceived, and I wasn't with you that day, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna leave it alone. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna back off. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, okay. You know that I know, and I know that you know. So let's just fuck it.
But did she know? She knew in her heart it wasn't yours.
Come on, man.
Because she's smart and you're smart. I don't care what anybody thinks. They can say
very,
whatever.
yeah,
they can say.
smart.
They can say whatever they want about both of your antics. You both are really smart people.
Yeah, it all funnels into the same bank
So she
account.
knew in her heart that it wasn't yours.
Put it this way: she was with the biological father the day she went into labor. She was with him while she's in labor. She didn't text me, let me know that she was in labor at any time. That should tell you enough.
But wasn't there like a storyline that you didn't show up for the birth and all that?
Yeah, that's her trying to control the narrative. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you the real deal. I was never informed, hey, I'm going into labor, get here. Mm-hmm. What mother do you think would go about it that way? Mm-hmm. Who wouldn't want you to be there? Who wouldn't want you to cut the umbilical cord?
Right. Once she got pregnant with Ronnie, was she still involved with him?
She's never not been involved with him. As long as I've known her, she's been involved with him. He's always told on her though. She's always tried to keep it like low key, and then he just comes with the, oh, on this day you said this, but I was this. On that day you said that, but I was here. So really, he's played a big role in the story unfolding. To be honest, she was with him on my birthday, and I guess that she got an abortion prior, and I guess when you get an abortion, that you're more fertile, and that's when he impregnated her. This is his words, and I'm pretty sure he would know better than me. You know, the side knows much more than the main.
I haven't been to side in so long, I don't even know.
I have, and you know much more than the main. You know the main, where he's going, where he's headed, what time he's leaving.
Because they're telling you all the moves, because you're sneaking around.
There you go.
And then he popped up on her at the store on social media and called her out. I mean, like, I didn't know.
This is not like, I'm not making this shit up. It's not just like, oh, blue. No, this is, you can look this shit up.
Yeah. But because you were playing along, people like me that's just watching the circus online, we don't know what's real or not real.
Yeah.
Like, because you were claiming the kid, then you came and took the kid out the house for Marge, allegedly, and was riding around, and then they got in the car. I mean, like, this was...
Well, I mean, from jump, she was never that type of person. Just to be like, all right, I'm about to have a kid, let me, like, focus on that, you know? She's always been, like, very self-centered, very self-encouraged, self-inclined, whatever you want to call it. She's always been self. I tried to put my fatherly instincts on top of that, but it was always, I was always wrong. So, you know, after a while of that, shit, it's not even my kid. I'm not finna keep making myself look wrong for somebody who doesn't see the right in this situation. So as far as that type of stuff, Marsh and all that, that's me being a fatherly figure. You wouldn't want a person that you have a child with to leave your child with their friend to go, you know, at some point you gotta come home, all right, do your shit during the day, fuck with the nigga, do whatever you gotta do, but at some point this child has to be looked after
Taken care of,
by their parent. Not by your friend, not by your fucking auntie, it just doesn't work like that.
So did you come and take Chrisean Jr. because the storyline at the time was everybody thought you were the dad, so you had to pull up to take care of your kid, or make sure your kid was good?
No, I came and took him because I knew he wasn't being looked after like a newborn child should be. That's all that was. I have kids already, so I know how the process goes. The doctor, the appointments, the labor. You can't record nothing. You can never go into labor in any facility that's actually supposed to be, you know, the best for the child and record it. So when I seen that, I already knew that it was bogus.
So Tasiki was here on the show. We interviewed her, and I think she said she kind of like hinted at she thought Chrisean may have had something to do with Ronnie dying. What do you think about that?
I don't know about that. To be honest, I don't know anything about that. All I know is she said that he called her, they were in contact before this happened. That's the only red flag I could see. Somebody comes out and says, hey, before this person died, they called me. And this and that, that's just kind of like,
Well, because you said she's a setup artist, so.
That's what from my knowledge, yes, she's known to give addresses and do things in the spur of the moment, be very impulsive. That's from my knowledge. Now, as far as him calling her and them talking the night he died,
So what is the thing that makes all of you want to still be with her? Is it the sex? Is it the
who
passion?
wants to be with her?
No, but I mean, like when you were in the toxic circus part of
the
it,
money.
it was the money.
Yeah.
Okay. So the money was the motivator.
There's no reason that keeps anybody wanting to be with her.
But is there any woman that you'd want to be with that doesn't equate to having money? Like there's not a money situation, or do you?
Yeah. I'm currently having a baby with somebody right now. There's no money.
The one that called yesterday, or
Nevaeh.
Nevaeh.
Yeah.
Okay. So the one that called yesterday, you want to talk about that one?
What, on my stream?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that girl, I doubt she's even pregnant. I don't know. It's been like a thing lately of just girls just like trying to get money out of pregnancies.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pregnant. You want me to have an abortion?
Did you have sex with Rella?
Huh?
Did you have sex with Rella?
Yeah.
You did. Okay.
Of course I did, but.
And you didn't use a condom?
Well, I've known her. I've had sex with her before I even went to jail.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. People are a lot of misconcepted about me. Is like I don't deal with new women. Mm-hmm. If I'm fucking somebody, I've been fucking them for a long time. Mm-hmm. And you probably just found out about them.
No, I didn't find out.
No, not you personally. Yeah. I'm just saying like the audience.
Yes.
The world.
Because
Nevaeh,
you're showing them now.
Exactly.
Because you're putting them into...
even Nevaeh, I've been a long time.
Yeah. She was pregnant before.
Before Chrisean.
She was pregnant before.
Before Chrisean.
She was pregnant before. Nevaeh.
I'm not sure.
Well,
they always say that. They always say that. These women, I'm telling you, bro, the women, they will use the pregnancy stuff when you're trying to leave them. They will use the pregnancy stuff when you're not responsive. They'll use the pregnancy stuff. I'm going on 30 years old. I got one baby mama with 2 kids, 1 on the way. It wouldn't add up if I was just fucking everybody, nutting everybody. And they've been pregnant before. Do you think I can convince any woman not to have a Blueface baby?
Not those that you get into your world. I think that you have done some type of hocus pocus where you have you have some kind of juju.
I got juju.
You have juju that you put on people. It's something about you that listen. When people line up for the J's, they know what they're getting with you. Like for me, I go meet somebody like, oh, we go to dinner, we take a trip, whatever. You don't know what you're getting from me. Because I'm private, I don't put it out. They line up, they see the Chase logo, they see the YSL, they know exactly what they're getting.
Yeah, it's a meal ticket. So how could I convince you not to take the ticket?
So Rella then, if she said she had sex with you 18 days ago and got pregnant, she could be pregnant. So the circus could expand.
Was she 18 days?
She said 18 days.
18.
I think you like that though.
No, I love the promotion. I ain't gonna lie. When bitches come out and talk about fucking me, sucking me, nutting in them, all this shit, they just promoting dick. That's the way
There's nothing illegal with that, by the way.
Nothing at all.
I mean, we've seen
I don't mind it. I'm flattered.
Yeah.
That you would want to go online and make a fool of yourself behind me. Mm. And you want to say, oh, you fucked me, nutting in me, because all that does is make more bitches want to fuck me. Oh, what is it about him? Oh my God, they love the dick. Let me see it.
Everybody's already seen it. You made it a cover of your damn song.
Yeah, that's very true. But I guess the experience just makes him more like, I want to experience that.
So when you're sexual with a woman and you're like laying there with them, are you making them feel like they're the only girl in the world? Like, what is the Blueface experience? No, I mean. I will say I am affectionate. I'm a lover boy type of guy. So maybe that'll give them a little but it's never you're the only one. So you never lie to them like you're the one?
I can't. How could I?
But what is it that you're mentally doing? Because I feel like I think you may have even said in one of our interviews, you get the mind first.
Yeah. I mean, I fuck them mentally, but that's just based off of them being around me, you know, the charisma, the aura. Mm-hmm. Some people in my position, they don't even let people like experience them, the comfort of their home, their businesses, their car. Mm-hmm. Man, they won't even let the bitch ride with them. Mm. I put the bitch in the car, turn the music up, drive fast. I know what these bitches like. They want you to drive fast. They want to feel on the edge. Ugh. Like when I was with him, I felt like we might die.
But what is attractive about that?
I don't know.
Is it the adrenaline rush? Because I've never been with somebody where I said, "Oh, I might die with this person." Like what? Get me out, for real.
Yeah, females like the bad
thrill.
boy.
It's the thrill.
They like the thrill.
And then you give them this. You give them both. You give them all the versions.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I said, I'm kind of like every woman's fantasy in a way. You know, tall, money, look good, got the car, got the place, got the business, got the bitches. What am I missing that a female on her bucket list?
loyalty,
That's not on no female's bucket list.
real love.
I have that.
Real love.
Real love.
If you really love Nevaeh, how is it that 18 days ago you shot up the club with Rella and now you may have another blue on the way?
Because my dick doesn't have love for anyone.
So, okay, got it. So you have love, but your dick don't.
Exactly.
Got it, okay. So a woman who's in love with you has to understand that your dick is still gonna do what it wants to do.
For now.
Okay.
While I'm still young. While I'm in my 20s.
Are you 20 or 30?
I'm 29.
You 30. So you just gonna blow this last year out, go out with a bang.
I mean, I just got out of prison, bro. I've been around all year for 2 years straight. While these bitches was out fucking, sucking, doing what they doing, I wasn't doing nothing.
Wait, are guys really gay in prison?
Not where I was at. They have certain areas where there's more gay people than others, but where I was at, that was like forbidden.
Got it. Okay, so Nevaeh is in love with you to the point to where she just wiped your butt on live.
Yeah, that was actually pretty surprising. In a way, I can say she's earning my love. She's doing certain things that's like, okay, you must love me.
You so full of shit. Wiping your ass on live. Like, why do we have to see that? Like, did that surprise you?
Yeah.
It did?
It did.
Okay.
So you have to see it.
No, we don't.
Because I'm surprised. I didn't think she was going to do it. I'm taking the shit. She's standing there like, you know, she follows me around and stuff. So I'm like, all right, wipe my butt then, shit. I didn't think she was actually going to do it. But she did it. It's 1 point. It was weird, but it's like, okay, you must love me because nobody's going to fucking do that. What if I was a paraplegic? What if I, needed that?
So in your mind, the way you translate Nevaeh being there by your side, the other day to wipe your ass on live for us to see is that she's already earned more points than the women who you did a lot for that didn't even put money on your books when you were down. But she's showing you that if you were in a need, like a paraplegic, to have your ass wiped, she would do it.
Exactly. Or at least she loves me enough to do it.
Got it.
That's pretty good. I was pretty surprised myself.
Yeah, because I don't even want to wipe my dog's shit up.
I wouldn't wipe nobody's ass.
Do you wipe your kids, like when your kids were babies? Did you change diapers and all that?
Yeah, I mean, that's about it though.
Yeah.
I changed my kids' diapers, but I ain't wiping nobody else.
Would you wipe Nevaeh's ass?
I would now. See, that's the type of person I am though. Like if I see
you wipe my ass, I'm gonna wipe yours.
Yeah, like if I see you'll do something for me like that I wouldn't do for somebody else, I would do it for you.
Got it.
Because like I'm not the type of person to tell somebody to do something that I wouldn't do. That's a bullshit person. If I tell you to run across the fucking highway in this fucking traffic and I wouldn't do it, I'm a bullshit person. You shouldn't fuck with me.
Yeah.
You shouldn't fuck with anybody like that.
Yeah, that's so if Rella comes full term, gets the is there a part of you that's afraid that this is
Rella's doing this for this.
Okay.
So
we don't even talk about her anymore.
Yeah, Rella's doing this for this, bro. I highly doubt she's anywhere close to pregnant at 14 days. If you just got off your period and we have sex, you gotta wait till your next period.
Yeah,
before you even
I remember how that works.
Take a test. Like, what the fuck?
It's been a while. I remember how that works.
You don't just fucking 18 days after fucking take a test and be like, I'm pregnant.
Well, what happens if it is your kid?
Well, she's asking for money for an abortion, so I'll just give her the money and get an abortion.
Got it. Okay.
But if somebody's asking for money for that, what does that tell you?
Is that what she asked you for?
Yeah.
Oh.
Send me the money so I can go handle this.
But she's being responsible and saying that
it don't cost money for an abortion.
Yeah,
anybody that has a kid already has insurance. She has a kid already.
She may not have insurance though.
To push the motherfucker out, you gotta have insurance. What you mean?
To
have a baby, you have to have insurance, or you're gonna pay out of pocket.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how.
You gotta get ultrasounds. You gotta do regular checkups. You gotta find a doctor.
All right. So while everybody thought, including me, thought that Chrisean Jr. was yours, NLE Choppa came for you online. He's a friend to the show. Have you guys made up since that happened?
No, we haven't. I mean, he's apologized. He's tried to reach out and do things that may come off as making up, but when I see him, he's more like a little brother, you know? Somebody who just has to, he doesn't really know what he's doing. He's just doing shit. Because like the same thing he says that I'm doing for financial crisis and identity and all this, now you're doing. So how do you look? You condemning somebody for streaming and twitching and playing around, and now you're streaming, twitching, and playing around. Okay, you don't really know yourself. You're still just trying to figure shit out, and you're just, when you have a problem with somebody, you're gonna just say things that you may not necessarily see the point of. You know, it's like somebody being fat, calling you fat. You're fat too. Why the fuck would you call me fat? You know? So that's how he is. But that's just a level of like young, immature.
So you forgive him for that?
Yeah, I forgive him for being young. He's like a little brother. Like I literally, it's another circus act.
So he's a part of the Blue Circus now?
For sure.
But if he reaches out, you don't reach back, or?
Yeah, I reach back, but I know his reach out is all social, parasocial reaching out. I know his reach out is all promotionally inclined, you know? He's trying to make back for whatever he lost musically by doing the antics that he does, you know? At one point, he was even acting gay for the audience.
He wasn't acting gay.
He took a picture with a fucking lollipop in his mouth with no clothes on.
I take a picture with lollipops in my mouth all the time.
Are you gay?
Not today. Today I'm just here.
We'll let the audience be the judge of what gay people.
But so you won't take a picture with a lollipop.
I will never take no fucking picture.
It's a lollipop
with a lollipop and no clothes on.
Yeah, but if you're a sex symbol, like he's a sex symbol.
He's not a sex symbol. He's a fucking kid. Ain't no grown ass woman talking about, ooh, I want to fuck NLE Choppa.
There are women out there who are attracted to NLE Choppa.
Of course, there's grown women that are attracted to him. I'm talking about a sex symbol is like undeniable. Like all age groups is like, I want that.
Yeah.
That's not him.
Yeah, but I think in all respect, both of you at some point in time have been or are and can be a sex symbol to anybody you want to. Look at Tupac when he did the famous photo in the bathtub with the gold and all that. If he had put
if he would put a lollipop in his mouth, he would have been gay as fuck.
A lollipop?
A motherfucking lollipop, bro.
You know, it's crazy. The lollipops are called blow pops, so you can't get a blow pop, but a Tootsie Pop.
There's in no way, shape, fashion, and he gets his ass ate. And he don't like his nipples played with.
What?
That's what he said. He said he get his ass ate, but he don't like his nipples played with because he thinks that's weird.
But everybody has sexual things that they're interested in. So you would never let Nevaeh, who just wiped your ass for us all to see, if she put some baby wipes out and said, "Let me clean it and eat it," you're not letting that happen.
Oh, see, the gay part about it is not getting your ass ate. Okay. You know, anytime you're with a woman, you're not gay. The gay part for me is the position you have to put yourself in to get your ass ate. That's the gay part. That's the part where it's like, okay, you're a little too sexually feminine in a way to where you will toot your ass in the air like a bitch. You will lay on your stomach and let a bitch lick you from behind. The bitch licking you is not the gay part.
Okay.
You laying on your stomach with your asshole vulnerable is the gay part.
Let me give you a scenario. You're playing NBA 2K, but you're laying watching the game, playing the game, and she's eating your ass from the back.
Lord.
But you're playing the game. It's a masculine game.
When you say from the back, that's what
because
makes
she has
gay.
to be in the back. She's back there.
Why?
Because your ass is back there.
Why is she in your ass?
But the way you said that makes it sound good. She's not in your ass. She's licking it or whatever she's doing with it. But it's not a gay act because it's you and a woman.
Yeah, it's not.
It's your body. It's pleasing you, and it might be pleasing her.
Right.
So maybe you should just reconsider. Like,
I'm not saying the girl licking the ass is the gay part.
Okay.
So I shouldn't reconsider anything.
Okay.
That's not gay at all. Anytime a girl does anything to you, even if a girl fucks you in your ass, I still won't say you're gay.
I've said that. Give it up for progress. Because a lot of you rappers who have the strap-on scenarios don't want to admit it. I won't. And whatever.
Gay means you want to have sex with a man.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Right? What do you mean, well? What is the guideline?
I don't necessarily agree with that.
What is it then?
I feel like we're in a fluid society right now. Like, for example, I just called somebody who we know, who we'll talk about in a minute, and I said, hello, and she said, what's up, baby daddy? And I'm like, what's up? So she's playing. The way she's talking to me, I could get aroused because I'm like, I know what you're doing. You playing with me. And I do feel like, you know, if I wanted a girl, I could get one, but I'm not attracted to them. I'm not attracted to them. It's just not my thing. However, I feel like if I was to go and do something, it ain't gonna make me bisexual. It's just gonna make me, I just did something.
Yeah.
So
I mean, once you're gay though.
No.
Second a guy's penis inserts your anal cavity, you're gay.
First of all, I think that,
or vice versa.
I think that people nowadays, we're in a more fluid world where people are exploring.
Experiment, they want to try new shit.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, as long as it's a girl and a guy, I can't say you're gay.
Yeah.
Because I take gay as like, I take it kind of serious, you know?
Yeah.
Like, no matter what somebody do, you can't say, oh, you want to have sex with men because you act like this or you do that or you do that. I'm not going to necessarily go that far with it because that's pretty deep, right? Yeah. Okay, just because you sit like this or you sway or do whatever you do, you want to fucking.
But as soon as you put that lollipop in your mouth, you're gay.
As soon as you promote yourself to a gay audience, I would say, yeah, you're a little bit more invested, maybe.
But you have gay fans, though.
I know, but I'm
a gay fan.
I know, but I'm not feeding that audience, though. I'm not gonna take a gay picture.
Okay, can I call you Jonathan just for this moment because it's serious?
We're
Jonathan,
more than friends at this point.
Jonathan. The minute you put your dick on that fucking single, whatever that song is, I don't even know the song.
The song's called "Put It in Her Face."
Okay. Well, you put it in her face.
So that just ends your whole argument.
No, I'm not done. The jury is still out.
Okay.
Once you put it in her face on that album cover, you put it in ours too. And guess what? Every gay person in the world started texting Blueface, and your Blueface stock went up in the gay community. You got gay fans.
I got plenty of gay fans.
You got lots of gay fans.
All my gay fans. They hit me up all the time. Send me their fucking asshole and balls hanging all the fucking time.
Well, that's disrespectful.
But I am not feeding that audience.
You did a post on social media where you were playing around and you said something like, what did you say? You said,
yeah, I said I was gay.
Yeah, don't play with us like that. Don't play with, because you don't think I got that video. I got tagged in that video. I got sent that. Don't play with us like that. We just want you to stay over there with the schoolyard. Okay. Stay over there with the Washington. I'll take that one. Stay over there with your people. I'll take that one. Look, Blue. Once you dip your toe, playing around or not, now here comes the gay coalition.
I'll give you that. Maybe I fed that audience in a way that I didn't perceive it as feeding the audience.
And maybe Choppa fed her his ass in a way that he wanted to get aroused.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not saying he's gay. I'm just saying he's a little too into that culture.
Yeah. So he's too far in our community.
Yeah. I'm not saying he fucks men, he's getting fucked by a man. I'm saying he's a little too interested in something that's like, why?
Yeah. So would you perform at Gay Pride?
Yeah, I performed at gay concerts.
So you're cool. You're cool with the gay community. You're cool with everything we got going on. I mean, obviously, I know our relationship.
Come on, bro.
It took you 4 months to give me your number, though, but I won't hold that against you. You've been getting people pregnant.
Nah, I don't care about nobody's sexual preference.
Okay.
Only thing I care about is if you're portraying something, and that's not you. Even if you're not gay and you're portraying gay, I would still feel offended, and I'm not gay just because. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Why are you playing with these people?
Yeah.
You know, people look up to you. So why would you steer them in the wrong direction for what?
What's the wrong direction? This is the right direction over here. Not that there's a right or wrong.
The wrong direction is something that you're not.
Okay, so why are you lying to these people?
Yeah, you know, there's people who are actually living like that.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like it's okay for you to play, live like that, and then switch on and switch off, and these people are looking up to you like, bro, I'm gay, bro. Show me how to be gay, and you're not even gay, and you're leading gay people. Like that, you think that's okay?
I just, there are days I wake up and I say, man, if everybody was gay, we would just all have a more positive world, because we all, like, there's a lot of love. There's a lot of love out here. Like, we have love to give. We're messy too. We have a lot going on.
Y'all got way more going on.
What's weird about how many baby mamas I got, though? None. How many baby daddies I got?
What's crazy about
None.
the gay community, though?
What?
I must say, it's like you guys want people to, like, come out and be gay, right? But at the same time, you guys will condemn a gay person for being maybe undercover or low key or whatever the case may be. Yeah, down low.
I don't do that.
And then it's like, okay, you're not making us feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like a gay person will be like, oh yeah, this person is he's gay as fuck. Look at him right here texting me. Mm-hmm. He's gay as fuck. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, but why are you doing this if you want more people to convert to the gay world?
That's why there's 2 rules at Hollywood Unlocked. We don't talk about people's children and we don't out people. And I would say I agree with that. I do feel like, one, we need more allies in our community. Like, I love our relationship where me, you, Wack, whoever, like, I have friends who are just friends. It's not gay or straight or this or that. Like, and I feel like you all respect me. I don't believe in doing that because, one, we need allies. 2, I feel like, it does make it harder for people to, like, live in their truth.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
If I wanted to be gay, y'all gonna make it weird because
Well, if you want to be gay, you call me and I'm gonna tell you all the rules. Like, one, here's the benefits. You ain't gonna get us pregnant. That's not happening. It is not happening.
Obviously.
2, your manicures and pedicures on us. Like, they're done. All the grooming needs. And you know what else we do? And not that I'm advocating for all you straight.
You're promoting.
No, you straight men out there like Blue. We will get you quality women. Like, what? They all the ones that everybody that y'all want, they all love us. Not that I'm promoting being gay, just be you. Just everybody be you. But I love how we've shown people over the years how you can coexist. Yeah. You don't have to switch up. I don't feel like I need
you're the coolest gay person I know. I've never seen you, like, try to condemn anyone for being gay without being all out with it. So that's cool.
Thank you.
I really don't understand that part of the LGBTQ. It's like, all right, you gay, but if somebody else is gay, but they're not as gay as you want to, like, say fuck them. Like, he's it's like, why?
I do feel like there are levels to this gay shit, for sure. There are levels. And then even in the white gay world where they got all the money, you're like, yo, do y'all, it is levels to it. I see it. I just feel like as a world, we just got to have more love. Like, I love everybody. That's why when I would see you and how you would talk to your son sometimes and you're like, you gay, are you bullying him? What is that?
No, I still ask him shit.
Because at this point, I want that to be my godson so I can go, so his gay uncle can come pick him up, take him away. I can come, listen.
I don't know about all that, dude.
Look, because at some time, I don't push that any message to any kid.
Like I said, you're the coolest gay person I know. Like, you don't never,
and I wear that with a badge of honor.
You never, like try to make anybody gay or seem gay or, like, or try to push that narrative. So that's great. You come off as, like, a regular person. Like, you could be friends with you. It's not like, oh, if I'm friends with Jason, people might think I'm gay because Jason is so, like, pushy with the gay shit. Yeah. So that's great on your end. I wish all the gay people were more like that. Like, just keep it player. You don't got to be like, you know how gay people are. They make it seem like if you hang out with a gay person, now you're gay because of the person you're with, because they're
But in all fairness, I think, like, there are friends of mine who right now, there are blogs that say, like, I'm their sugar daddy, I'm their paymaster, they're all escorts. Like, my friends have been around me for like 20 years. Because some people are just fucking messy. Like, you're just messy.
And gay people are...
Straight people are too. Blue, you are fucking messy.
Are a different type of messy, though. Y'all messy to where it's like, boys and girls, anybody can get it. Like,
anybody can get it.
Me, it's more like it's either gonna be a bitch, really. I'm gonna be messy with a bitch, and then the nigga, it's like I'm gonna just go straight to, you wanna fight? No, all right. Like, I argue with the bitch all day online because it's content. All right, cool. But with a dude, and then the bitch is like, I can fuck her, All right, cool. We can get a little passion, a little toxic little, all right, fuck after. But with the dude, it's just like, bro, let's just fight. What the fuck are we gonna? This is like female shit.
Stop fighting.
But for the gay people, y'all on both ends. Bitch, I'll beat you up. I'll beat you up. It's like, fuck.
Well, when you say it like that, it does sound kind of
You
messy.
know, because y'all be calling bitches, and niggas,
I don't.
it's like,
I
y'all
don't.
flip that switch to like, all right, I'm a bitch. Bitch, well, I'll beat you, and then y'all, I'll beat you, and it's like, oh, shit, fuck, shit.
Anybody can get it.
Yeah, it's like, it's overly messy.
So is Nevaeh the one? Because I'm concerned that Nevaeh has the baby, but since Nevaeh, we've also seen you with Hazel-E. How did you and Hazel-E become a thing?
When I first got out, I just saw her in the club. She looked decent. We have been in contact prior to me going to jail, just on some DM type shit, you know? Hey, you look nice. She was more like into me type shit. So when I seen her, I was like, shit, let me try an old bitch. I've been fucking with these young bitches so long. Let me see if it's something different, you know, with this 6'4" Lolo or something, you know, this old school. Let me try the old school Cadillac. Man, that shit broke down on me, you feel me? I'm on the side of the freeway, the old school Cadillac, like, fuck. I should have went and got that 2026.
But was it the age or was it because you couldn't control her?
No, it was the age. It's like, all right, you're old and you still acting like a young bitch. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I just get the young bitch?
But what did you think you were getting if you were
I
getting
thought she
slightly
was
more
gonna
mature?
be more like understanding. Like, all right, you've been played 100 times, so I thought you would go about being played a little bit better. You know? All right, you dealt with XYZ amount of for XYZ amount of years. You should be a little bit more hip to like
What's going on over here?
Yeah,
The program.
the cooperation, how you move about it. She was literally just the same as the young bitch, tripping.
And she's 8 years younger than your mom.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't even know she was that old, to be honest. I didn't know she was 45. I thought she was like 35. I'm telling people, yeah, she like 30 something. My mom brought it out there like, she's 45. I'm like, damn, that's a little old.
Yeah, but so when you got her, did you think Hazel-E is gonna fall in line? We have our thing, because you both would have been viral gold, because she knows how to go viral.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I seen the promotional.
You saw the business part of it.
Yeah, I saw that side of it.
Okay.
But the personal just wasn't enough for me to sustain and wait for the business side of things.
Did you enjoy sex?
I don't know. It was whatever. It wasn't like something I needed. I can go without. You know, some people you just crave like sexually in the bed. That's just like, oh, she does this or she does that. She wasn't one of those type of people. It was just like, all right. Most of the time, we didn't even have sex a lot, to be honest. She was just, it was more like promotional stuff. We didn't really have sex like that. I didn't really like staying the night with her. I never stayed the night with her. And she always complained about that. Like, oh, you spend so many days with her. You never want to stay the night with me. And I'm just like, yeah.
What does it require you to spend the night at? You spend the night at girls' houses?
Yeah, I do. I have to be able to look at you for a long time.
Blue, shut the hell up.
I mean, like, some bitches I can't look at for too long, you know? I'll be like, damn.
What do you mean? How can you even have sex with somebody you can't even just look at? Like, I have to
Because,
mentally,
like-
I can't just physically be into you. I have to mentally be stimulated
Okay,
too.
like, put it this way, like, the way people look at night, they don't look like that in the morning.
Meaning when they take it all off?
Yeah, or just when they...
That's another benefit in the gay community. We see you the same in the night and day. Because we ain't got...
You never been with that, like that? You never been with
No.
somebody, like, at nighttime, okay, they looking kind of cool, and then in the morning, it's like, okay, you don't look like that good no more. You gotta... You've had that, bro. Everyone's had that experience. Maybe you were drunk.
Well, that's different. I'm
Maybe
sober
you were
now,
off
yeah.
something. Maybe
Yeah.
you were high. And
I don't get high.
the
Blue.
morning after, you just like, oh, shit.
Don't project all of your conquest. I'm not high. I don't get high.
No, I'm
Don't
not
drink
saying
too-
you. I'm
yeah.
just saying for the audience.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
relate to like, okay, yeah, I was off something last
Yeah.
night.
Okay. And but you'll spend the night at somebody's house, especially after you've been with a setup artist and all that. Like, you'll lay your head somewhere.
I'm still a human being, bro. I sleep on the floor with a bitch in her apartment if I like her enough. Done it before. Like, I'll have a whole big old house, big old bed, but I'll come to your house and sleep on the floor with you if I like you enough.
That's not romantic. Y'all acting like
not
that's romantic.
romantic. That
People
is
in the background.
romantic. What do you
It's
mean?
not romantic. If you're Blue and I'm sleeping on the floor, get me off the floor. Don't come to my house.
But
and
I'm saying
sleep.
if it's your place, you feel a certain type of way about your place.
Get me a bed.
Yeah, we'll work on that. But I'm just saying off the first link up or off the first like me coming over, if you don't have much there, I'm not finna be like, oh, you don't have much here. Let's go to my house. Nah, I'm still like that, bro. I just got out of prison.
I
You
get
see
it.
them cells, you're gonna be like, shit, I'll stay in motherfucking a tent.
So one thing that I respect about you and Wack's relationship, you being a Crip, him, being on the other side, you all have been able to have respect, get business done, make money together. I struggle with artists in my town where like they're still putting their crimes in their music and they can't coexist and they can't get past the street shit. How were you able to get past it? And what do you think about folks that can't?
Well, see, me and Wack, we got history. I'm the type of person like, if we made money together, if we had good times together, I'm not finna like ditch you if it's not going that way at this certain time of year or this certain time. If you're going through your hardship and maybe motherfuckers don't want to fuck with you because you this or you that, I'm not finna be like, oh, let me go get a new manager. And nah, for what the fuck? Well, that's like, I don't know. But that's how people are in these time. You know, you'll be doing good with somebody. As soon as it's not going as good, oh, let me go find a new manager, a new nigga, or a new situation, or a new, and it's like, why would you do that?
But I mean, you being a Crip and him not being a Crip, like people right now that look, because I had a conversation with Snoop where I was just like, yo, I'm puzzled at how like a Crip in my community doesn't see the opportunity to build business with the blood or whatever, because the purpose of doing music, I think, is get out the hood, get out the streets, get money, take care of your family.
Some beefs are immediate, you know? Like, I can't work with every blood, put it that way. So sometimes where you're from can make or break the relationship, but where he's from, it doesn't correlate where I'm from to where our people can't be in the same room. So I think that's where we are cool at in that sense, you know? Maybe if I couldn't bring certain people around because of certain people he brings around, all right, then yeah, that would probably feud us and draw a line like, all right, I can't bring my people because but our people are like, they cool. Like, you know, brothers type shit. Like, my people shake his people's hand, we'll go out, we'll protect each other. So it's that type of bond, which is, you know, can't beat that. We got Bloods and Crips with us.
What about artists out there who can't see past all that to
They just young.
do business?
You know, they just ain't made enough money yet or seen enough money yet. I mean, in the beginning, I wasn't the biggest fan of working with him or being a part of what he had going on until I got to know him personally, I'll say, you know. Some people just may not get the chance to meet that person personally, but I think everybody's capable.
There'd be times I would see you crashing out with Chrisean and I would call Wack and be like, why is he doing this? Like the Vegas trip. When you were in Vegas and did you get violated, or you could have got violated because you weren't even supposed to be in Vegas, right?
Which part?
With the robbery, the phone, remember?
Yeah. No, I went to jail for that.
You went to jail because you were trying to protect her or the situation, but you weren't. But that was at the time where Wack was like, "Stop being around this person. You shouldn't be around this person." Why didn't you listen? Crazy in love, too much money.
Well, she was pregnant at the time, so you know I was kind of a provider, protector. You know, while you're pregnant, but that's another thing about her. It's like people always try to say like I condone her drinking and smoking while she was pregnant. Bro, I got the fuck away from her as soon as she started like when she started getting big, you didn't see me next to her and no video, no club, no drink, no smoke, like, you know? Because I was trying to instill that in her, like, hey, look, just chill. You don't gotta do clubs and parties and shit no more. You're pregnant enough to where you can just relax. You know, let this pregnancy happen. She's on some, no, I need to work. I need to do this for my. I think she already had a plan to like do her own thing, go her own way. So I think that's where we feuded at, because I'm on some like together shit, like, look, relax. And she's on some, no, I gotta do this for me and my baby. So I'm like, okay. So that's another thing.
Not for us.
Yeah, exactly, not for the family. So that's where another thing came to my mind. Well, okay, well, maybe this is not my baby, because we're together, we're doing this show, we're doing it, we're making money, we're doing everything, but in the back of your head, you need to do this for you and your baby. So,
almost like you're saving that nest egg for the exit plan or something.
That's exactly what it was given, because it's like, okay, you keep keep telling me all this shit that you need to do for you and your baby. Keep telling the world, like, oh, I got to do this for my son. I got to get the bills and all this. And I'm just sitting here looking like, I've been doing this shit since I met you. When the fuck did you think you had to do this on your own? Oh, okay, maybe there's something that you know that I don't know. Because why wouldn't we plan for each other if we're having a baby together? And so that's when everything just started unfolding to me. Like, okay, all right, you're planning an escape. Cool. Okay, and then once you escape, now the setup is like, it's telling on you. You went to this place to have the baby. No hospital in America will let you record. So obviously you went to a rinky-dink ass place that will let you do whatever the fuck. Take the baby however the fuck. Have the baby however the fuck. Test results however the fuck. You know? So then that's when it started becoming to me like, oh, okay, this is like it's like a you thing.
Do you feel like she took your circus and flipped it around on you, or was trying to?
Nah, because you could never do that, because you need a facility to have a circus there. You can't just have chaos in the middle of fucking downtown, because then that's just chaos. That's not a circus. You need a controlled environment where people can line up and come and buy a ticket and sit in their seat, and all this shit can go on with security and police and everything on demand without it being, you know, how she was running it. It was just like just some shit in the middle of the street, you know.
Like a free-for-all.
Yeah, it wasn't really like a circus. A circus is a place where we set up. We come to your city, you know, we set up in the parking lot. Like, everybody's aware, everybody knows it's good. Her circus is just like, however the fuck. Motherfucker might die, motherfucker go to jail, motherfucker like.
Well, you saw she got slapped in the streets. Was that in Compton?
Yeah.
When she got slapped. What'd you think of that? I mean, because you see artists like P&B Rock lose their life. Ice Spice just got somebody swung on her at a McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean the gang culture out here is just, it's unbelievable to people that aren't from here. So they think
because they see Hollywood, it's the movies and all that.
So they think it's a game, you know. That's all that was. She thought it was a game. She used to tell me in Baltimore I used to play Crips and Bloods, you know, like cops and robbers. Yeah, no, we never played that out here. That's a real thing, you know. So once somebody tells you something like that, like, oh, in my hometown we used to play Crips and Bloods, like, okay, so you guys think this is like a gang. No, motherfuckers really dying every day. Tonight, somebody's gonna die from a gang because of an opposing gang tonight, tomorrow, the next day. So once you understand it's that serious, it's like, all right, you don't really want to play with it, you know, to an extent to where you're picking a side or hanging with a side or claiming a side without actually doing what it takes to be from that side. Because just like that, you'll get slapped in your motherfucking face and not even know why. Because you seen her expression, right? Her expression was like,
no, she was shocked.
Whoa!
She was shocked. And then I know you criticized her for having the kid there too.
Yeah, like, what are you doing in Compton? Like, there's no money there for anybody.
But do you think people now, like, because you've mastered social media, like you know how to burn the shit down, you know how to start it, stop it. Yeah. Do you think people get caught up in that being real life and like lose sight of the fact that there's real consequences?
Some people get parasocial. Some people think that social media is the streets, but yeah, no, they're gonna wake you up though. You know, because you're gonna put yourself out there. You know, if you're portraying that online, you're gonna eventually find yourself in somebody's hood, and they're not gonna like what you said. But to be honest, I think she did that on purpose. I think that was like an antagonizing move for her. Like, oh, because I seen some of the clips she posted, like, oh, I'm out here, ain't nothing happening to me. And that was during the day when the security and the parade was going on, you know?
But that's just a reckless call to action to say anyway.
And that's why I'm saying, that's why I believe that this happened to her. Because
so it's almost like you manifested it.
You feel me? Imagine you go to Compton, you in the parade. Oh, look, I'm good. Nothing happened to me. I just said crab the other day. I'm good right here. That's gonna make people wanna, oh yeah, hey, load up. Let's go holler at her real fast. Let's go. We live here. Let's go check her out. And I think that's how it caught up with her, you know? Cause there was hella clips of her just saying weird shit while she's there. Ain't nothing happening. I'm here. Look, everybody here for me. Ain't nobody here against me. Ain't nobody.
And then it happened.
And then boom.
So she's taking your tattoos off her face again I don't know if this is the 5th time now that she put all of you on her face.
Yeah.
And then Nevaeh, she misspelled Jonathan on her neck.
Yeah.
Do you have some type of tattoo abatement program where you can train people on how to properly remove or add tattoos?
If I was in control of these tattoos, man, they wouldn't be spelling it wrong and they wouldn't be fucking putting Jonathan. I wish a bitch would tattoo Blueface on her fucking ass. I don't know why they keep tattooing fucking Jonathan. It's too federal. I don't even like that.
So is that name dead to you?
It's my government name, but it's like I don't go by that. I don't want to be known as that. I don't care if you call me it because it's my name. I'm not that weird where it's like a thing like that, but it's like if you're trying to do something inside of me appreciating and like it, you should probably do something that I appreciate and I like, right? Like if I like, let's say you like Mercedes-Benz. If somebody goes and gets a fucking Honda, you're going to be like, okay, I
Why you got
appreciate
a
that.
Honda though? Like,
because if you're spelling it wrong, if you're doing shit wrong, it's like you're way the fuck off. Like,
wait,
you know?
so do you want them to prefer to call you Blue?
I prefer them to tattoo Blueface.
Blueface.
You
Or
know?
just your whole face like she did?
Yeah, or my face is cool. That's cool too. But like, to tattoo my government name and then spell it wrong, it's like, that should let the audience know that I'm not influencing this at all. I'm not telling you, hey, go get my name tatted. You're just showing up with the shit. Look.
Maybe it was a surprise.
And I don't really care that it's spelled wrong. You know, it's still the same thing to me. It doesn't like...
But she can always do it over.
Yeah, I don't care. It doesn't like make me feel like, oh, you're dumb or weird. You got my name. It says Jonathan. Cool. I fuck with it.
Do you require your girls to get
Fuck
your tattoo?
no.
No. Not like a branding
But
thing.
I'm going to appreciate the Honda, though. I'm going to drive it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to put gas in it.
We know you're going to drive it.
Yeah,
we know you're going to put gas in.
Yeah, I'm not going to be like, bitch, you got me this Honda, get the fuck out of here. No, I appreciate it. Thank you. That's nice. I appreciate the gesture.
Sexual anxiety. Is that a new term that you developed out of prison where you came out and you had sexual anxiety?
In the beginning, but I kind of got past it.
How did you get past sexual anxiety?
You have sex. You know, how do you get over anything, anxiety? You just go through it and then you get used to it. But in the beginning, I haven't had sex for 2 years, so it was just like, oh shit. You know, you kind of put in prison, bro, you can't be sexual. It's not like even the police guards, you can't talk to them how you would talk to a normal female.
There are people that have sex with guards, though.
Yeah, but they probably been in prison for a long time and
Yeah.
they've learned the art of manipulation and how to indirectly direct. But I'm saying, me being new, this is my first time, I'm scared of the police ladies, you know? I feel like they're a little bit more trying to fuck you over because they're trying to assert themselves. They're trying to be dominant in a male environment. So it's like, I'm not even looking. I'm looking at the bitch like this. Like, I don't know.
Because she's still the police.
Yeah, like, you know?
So are people in prison afraid of the police?
No, I'm not afraid. You know, the people in prison run the prison, so it's not necessarily that they're afraid, but nobody wants to stay longer. Nobody wants to be caught. Nobody wants to. And that's all they're there for, to keep you there longer, to catch you up. So it's not like we're afraid, like, oh, they can slap us around, spit in our face, and we're just going to go to the cell. No, we're going to fuck their ass up, but we're still criminals. We still want to get away with whatever we're doing at the time.
So Aiden Ross, you and him, I know y'all have beef. You say he owes you $300,000.
Yep. Man, if anybody's fighting on brand risk, man, make sure you get a deposit. Make sure something is, and the contract says you will be paid under any circumstances because I have yet to be compensated. I've taken my fees from my manager, but he hasn't been compensated, so that's between them. But like I said, if you fight on brand risk, if you have anything to do with that promotional fight team, make sure you are paid a deposit. Make sure, because it wasn't just me, you know. Adam's fight, they tried not to pay him. Granted.
So is Aiden scamming people? Like,
I wouldn't say that they're scamming people. I just would say that they're not having the success rate that they would like to. Penny pinch in that sense, right? If you can get out of the way of not paying the bartender that you hired to bartend your bar, if your bar didn't make enough that night, you're gonna try to, find some weird stipulation to where it's like, oh, this person complained about the drink, this person said you suck, so we're not gonna pay you what we hired you to do, right?
Right.
That would only make sense.
When you fought Chibu, who won? He won?
Sure. I mean, that's what the judges seem to think. Everybody else has their own opinion. I have my own opinion, which ultimately has nothing to do with people getting paid, right?
Right.
So.
Because you were supposed to be paid win or lose. That was they agreed on. But he's saying you didn't wear the sponsorship logo. What is it? Is it like looking for something to say, oh, you breached this or you breached that to get out of pain because he wasn't getting the money he thought he was going to get?
Come on now, it's not rocket science, brother. If a motherfucker just fought 6 rounds for you and you talking about, bro, this is 6 rounds later. If you felt that way strongly, you would have said that, you would have had that as a requirement. Motherfucker wouldn't even be able to walk into the fucking facility and get in the boxing ring if this was something that you wouldn't pay somebody for, right?
Right.
I wouldn't.
But don't we have you and Drake to blame for Aiden Ross? Because these white folks who are blowing up online don't really blow up in the culture until y'all bring them in.
That's the crazy part, man. I fucked with Aiden Ross. I had nothing to do with the fight as far as business and negotiating with Aiden Ross. So the fact that he turned it into some egotistical battle, which is what I'm getting from it. Like, yo, people have messed me over for so long. I'm gonna turn it on Blueface today. It's like, okay, bro, I've never done nothing to you. So if you feel that way, that I must just be your breaking point. You know what I'm saying? For you to say, oh, people have been doing this to me for so long. Okay, I haven't done anything to you. So cool, I'll take it, I guess. But he got Adam paid, right? Adam didn't throw a punch. He fought for 30 seconds. So why wouldn't you pay somebody who fought the whole fight, your biggest event yet? The reason rappers, artists want to fight on brand risk today, why wouldn't you make sure that that's taken care of just for your name?
So who's your dream match? Like, who would you go in the ring with right now? Who do you want to go up against? Like,
Me?
You and NLE Choppa?
Yeah, I would love to fight NLE. I was supposed to fight Swaggy, but I guess he saw the fight and decided to renege.
Wait, Swaggy P? Oh, so that fight's not happening?
I guess not.
What? He got scared?
Yeah, he said I guess his kids go to school with other kids that were waiting on the fight, and
what?
Yeah, that's what.
Wait,
he said.
I don't understand the explanation. What do you mean his kids go to school with other kids? Everybody's kids go to school with other kids.
Picks his kids up from school, they're like, when's the fight when you in Blueface? And so it's a little bit more pressure on you when you're like, oh shit, my kids' friends know about it? All right, so if I get my ass kicked, it's gonna be like my kids are just gonna get their ass kicked, you know? They're gonna go through it, oh, your dad, you know?
But do you think you could have beat Swaggy P though?
Yeah, we both know I was gonna beat him.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's the reason for him backing out ultimately, but I'm getting older in age. He's already older, so it's like we're not trying to be professional boxers. We'll be fucking idiots to think that at 29 years old, at him maybe 40 years old, we're gonna fucking be professional fighters.
Floyd was in his 40s when he is Floyd Mayweather though. But I mean, he was in his 40s.
I'm saying, like,
if you trained, if you were disciplined,
it's impossible. If you decide to box after the age of 21. And you think you're gonna be a professional, you're an idiot.
You're gonna die.
There's people that's been boxing since they was 8 years old, 12 years old. How the fuck do you think you're finna catch up and fucking experience, knowledge, technique, fundamentals, circumstances, just being in that ring to somebody like that and have a succeeding career like these fighters today?
How did you, well, I mean, you came out of prison and you lost weight. You were 210 pounds. You look bigger when you got out though.
No, I was like 220.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was a little bit more heavier.
How did you gain so much weight? You don't even have food in there.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have enough food, but you have enough food. Like, there's always people cooking, selling stuff, other than store. So I was doing a lot of that, you know. I get my commissary. But there's people that cook and sell food, there's people that sell candy bags, people that sell all type of shit. So I'm getting all that. And I just focused on it though. I wanted to gain weight.
You wanted to gain that much weight? Because
Yeah.
I remember when the pictures hit of you out here. I mean, everyone.
Yeah, I was doing that all on purpose. I was going to the fucking medical and weighing myself every week.
So those viral pictures that you put out when you were gaining all the weight, you wanted that. You wanted us to see that.
Yeah.
Why did you want us to see you at that heavy?
All the girls were moving around with the guys that were very scrawny. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm gonna get big and strong. And when I get out, bitch, you gonna look dumb. You with this low ass boy, and I just got out super swole. Why would you do that?
But no, did you get out swole? You were fat for a while though.
Yeah. No, I just like lost all that shit. Now I'm
How did you lose
200
it?
flat. Well, I was boxing training, dieting, just working out, you know. Then out there, I was working out, but I was just sitting around, eating all day. Then I work out.
Right.
Now,
Why didn't you work out? You had all the time in the world.
Because I was in a cell.
Okay.
I work out on the yard. I gotta do pull-ups, push-ups, and dips every time we go to yard. But we didn't always go to yard, and I didn't really like working out in the cell. Cause all you can do in there is like push-ups.
Right.
That gets boring.
Okay, so you've made your mom famous, and she's on social media all day long. You like that?
No, I don't. But I mean, I understand that when somebody's trying to pay their bills and make a way for themselves, that they'll do desperate things. They'll lose sight of relationships and stuff like that. So I understand that side of it. So that's why I don't really hold her to it too much. Now I just avoid it. You know, I don't even respond. All right, you trying to sell a book, you trying to promote your show, you're trying to sell tickets. I'm the closest thing to you starting something up and getting attention. Fuck it, use it. Go ahead. I don't mind. At first I used to care though, but now I don't mind.
Okay. Well, we banned her from the Hollywood Unlocked Impact Awards because she tried to run down on Claudia Jordan at the show. You, of course, have been there. You presented. You're welcome to come back June 5th.
Okay.
I would love you to come.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay. You can bring a date. You don't bring the whole circus. We don't have enough seats.
I'll bring whoever the fuck I want, Jason. All right.
Fine. Okay. Where's your relationship with Carlissa today? Because I feel like it goes up and down. Like when you first came home, it was like, oh my God, I love my mom, my family. I'm here. We're all reunited.
I just don't speak to her, to be honest. I don't speak to her because speaking to her is like opening a box for her to use me. You know, when you don't speak to somebody that's very clout-driven, what can they use? You know, everything will be old. There's no updated conversation. So that's just how I just fuck with her from a distance. But I don't speak with her on no platforms, no phone, telephonically, all that.
We saw, did you see her interview here?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Shit show. Shit show. Living in the past. You know? If I'm 50 years old, I'm not gonna come up in here talking about high school and 18 and 20 and 21 and 20. I'm not gonna talk about nothing past 10 years, 20 years. That's all she talked about on here. It was all the she fucked with 20 years ago.
Well, she talked about your upbringing too. She talked about your dad. We've seen your dad pop out a lot more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anything 20 years old, bro, what are we talking about? You want to hear about shit 20? I could tell you some shit about when I was 9 years old. Ain't nobody gonna care about that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, at least a 10-year minimum, bro. We don't want to talk about nothing past 10 years ago.
So what's your relation with your dad right now?
My dad's great. We live together. He lives with me. Yeah, it's my boy. He respects me as an adult, so it works out. I feel like my mom doesn't respect me as an adult. So that's where we feud.
But do you think she feels guilty for like a lot of the stuff she did as a mom? And that maybe not being there for you or whatever? Nah,
she was there enough. She was a good mom for my childhood-wise, but as an adult, she's not a good mom. It's a difference.
What are you doing different now for your kids than your parents did for you? Because I saw you and Pinkface was shopping and she was acting up a little bit.
I don't hit my kids, so that's definitely something I do differently. I feel like kids are at an age, like if you can't mentally whoop your kid, you probably shouldn't be a parent, you know? If you can't mentally manipulate your children to believe that this is right and that is wrong, Probably just not mentally strong enough where you just have to physically do it. That's just me though. Everybody's different. Maybe physical is faster, but I just don't see the point of hitting a kid.
So how many more Bluefaces do you want?
I want a lot of kids. I just don't want a lot of baby mamas. And I can't expect no girl to have more than 2, 3 kids. So I'm gonna have to, I think I go 3 baby mamas max.
So would you go back and have another kid with Jaidyn?
Yeah, I would.
Because some people will just, we got kids together already.
Yeah, I would. I mean, that's kind of why we fell out. I remember when I married her or proposed to her or whatnot. Oh, we were here actually when we mentioned that. She said she would have another kid with me if I married her. So I proposed to her. She got pregnant, and she had an abortion. And that's really why I stopped fucking with her, like on that level. So
that's like betrayal.
It was just like, you fooled me, You got me. I did it. I made it big. And then when it's your turn to hold up your end of the bargain, you weren't even really with that. So yeah, she told me she was pregnant, but she already had abortion in mind. So I'm just like, oh, all right. And then that's when I went with Chrisean. But she thinks I just went with Chrisean. She doesn't know that was like, all right. I don't.
She knows now.
Well, yeah, now she knows. But yeah, I wasn't a marriage type of person, so me doing that was no way in hell for me, for my happiness or likeliness. It was for you to feel how you needed to feel. I'm a give and take type person. I'm never just a take or just a give. If I give you something, I'm gonna get something back from you. If you give me something, you're gonna get something back from me.
You performed with Cardi here in LA, and did you forget your words when you were looking at her ass?
Yeah, shout out to Cardi, man. She's an amazing woman.
Yeah.
She looks great. She's doing great.
How was that?
It's good for her. Oh, it was good. It was, I appreciated just her bringing me out after so long, over the time, the history, so it's a good thing for me. I don't know how anybody else felt about it.
Would you ever see yourself in a relationship with another celebrity? Would you want that?
I don't know. I don't like competing. I feel like all celebrity women, they have this competitive mindset when they're dealing with a man and they're in a celebrity. Because the way I see it, it's like, all right, sometimes I'm gonna look dumb, Sometimes I'm gonna look like the dumb ass for you. And then sometimes you're gonna look like the dumb ass for me. That's a part of the relationship. But if you're not taking your dumb ass part as well as I'm taking it, it's gonna make me feel a type of way. And I feel like females, they're not good with that, especially the ones that are celebrities or have fans. They're not taking their part of the dumbness well. They want to deflect and make all these illusions, and instead of just being like, no, I'm done for this. It's my nigga. Fucking with him. No, instead they're gonna be like, oh, I did it because of this, I did it because of that, I wasn't really with this, I wasn't really with that. But me, I'm gonna take, I don't mind being the bad guy. I don't even gotta explain that.
Yeah, you do it
I
very
don't
well.
mind being dumb for a female or looking dumb or presenting her as bigger than me or looking cooler than me. I'll do that. I'll put a bitch in front of me and be like, shit, y'all wanna book her? Come on, book her. Fuck me. I ain't tripping. But females are not carrying it like that. They're gonna be like, I don't want you to book him too, or just do it this way, or split the checks, or split it up, or do this. And then that's when I just be like, oh, okay. All right, let me just go get me a regular bitch. She's gonna be perfectly fine with everything.
But is that because, so the regular bitch is your golden retriever?
The regular bitch is like a bitch that doesn't mind the give and take.
But what's the 101 Dalmatians thing and now looking for this golden retriever? What is that?
Nah, that's just like a little fun thing I got going on.
What is it?
It's just lingo, to be honest. It's just funny lingo.
But what does a golden retriever look like?
It's a beautiful woman. A golden retriever is like how the dog, the golden retrievers, they all look the same. There's not one defective looking, weird looking. Some dog genes, you'll see a pit bull, and then you'll see another one. It's like, them don't even look like the same type of dog, But a golden retriever is like a beautiful dog, all of them. So that's why I get that But and then the Dalmatian shit is just like an exotic dog, movie type dog. One you don't see. One when you see it, everyone has to, hey, you see it? It's 101 Dalmatian right there. It's 101 Dalmatian.
But if you get you a Dalmatian or a Retriever, something that's special, can you like take care of it privately where we don't have to participate in it? Because I kind of feel like
my life is my life, man. It's a method to my madness. I put these women out there so I can keep tabs on them. So somebody will come out and say that I've been with them. So somebody can DM me and let them know about them. That's why I put these women face front, because it helps me. I don't want to have to get to know you for a year just to find out you fucked the cameraman. If I post you tonight, the cameraman gonna be like, yeah, I hit that. And I'm be like, oh, okay, all right. Yeah, you thought you were Cinderella, huh, bitch? No.
I love how you can just go straight to toxic like that.
Yeah.
It's a skill.
It is. I mean, I need to know. Like I'm like I said, I'm a high value man, so I need to know.
You're a high value man.
High value. I need to know, you know.
What makes you a high value man, Blueface?
Just what I have to offer, just the position I put women in. It's the position that they all are thriving for from any other man. These bitches are begging for their famous boyfriend to post them. These bitches are begging for a famous person, or not even famous, just somebody in position to change their circumstances, to let them stand there. You know, these niggas put their bitch in the back, in the top row, in the suite, and not even act like that's not even a bitch.
You go to the after party before I get there. We don't walk in together.
Yeah, you know, weird shit like that.
Yeah.
For what? You sticking your dick in this bitch and you can't even say it out loud? What the fuck? You can't even show it out loud? I don't believe in shit like that. If I fucked you, I should be able to say it.
Yeah.
Or else what was the point of us fucking? Right?
Yeah.
Like, fucking is it's kind of a deep thing. Like, I'm putting my dick inside of your body.
I don't see you looking at it like that.
Because
nobody looks at you and goes, he's putting a lot of thought into sticking his dick in something.
But I'm saying, even if a girl comes out and says that she fucked me, I don't mind if we actually fucked.
Right.
Because, yes, we did that. Why would why would the truth ever, like, make me feel weird? Why would I feel weird for somebody that I actually fucked saying that they fucked me? I think that's weird for you to want to keep that low key. Like, wow, you gave me your body. Why would you? I'm not saying just go out and yell it to the world, but I'm saying if somebody asks, if the opportunity presents itself, why would you not?
What's the day? When is the day gonna come where we see you like settle down and like tone all that down?
It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just closed on a new house. I'm probably gonna die in that motherfucker because I'm not moving or finding nothing else bigger for the price. So once I make that adjustment, then I will find a nice lady to be there. I won't have as many people in and out. Right now, I'm just running it up in my house because I'm about to move. I'm selling. I'm moving on to bigger things.
So the house that we've seen you when you first started with the blue turf on the top, you're getting rid of that house?
Yeah, I'm selling it, you know. And I'm going to something twice as big, twice as many rooms, twice the garage space. So that'll push me into my older man direction where it's like, all right, I need a consistent female to be here to upkeep.
Is Nevaeh, do you think Nevaeh is that girl?
Not yet. I think she has the potential to be. Because, moving a female into a big house is different if they've never lived in one.
So she don't live with you?
Or maintained one. No. She doesn't live with me. She has her own place. But she lives in a much smaller place. So it's like, it's a lot to ask of a woman. Hey, clean this 10,000 square foot house and wash all the clothes and make all the fucking beds and wash the dishes.
Well, you got money. You ain't gonna do all that. You got housekeepers.
I know, but that's the point of the female, though.
That is not the point.
What do I need a female
Blue,
for?
We're almost at the end of the conversation. You're gonna start a whole new conversation.
Listen, what do I need a female for if I can buy a housekeeper to clean all this shit up? I might as well just fuck a new bitch every day, right?
Blue, you don't get
I need
a woman.
a female that's gonna save me costs, that wants to come in my life and make a difference here.
Blue, they can make a difference. They don't have to clean your house. You get a housekeeper
What
for
difference
that.
can a bitch make that doesn't cook and clean? What can she do for me? Make money? I don't need her to make money. I make money. What can she do? Get a business? I don't need her to get a business.
So you want a traditional wife that just cooks, cleans, takes care of the kids, and stays home?
She doesn't have to stay home, but majority of the time, yeah. She can have her girls' nights or outings where I watch the kids. Sure, I'll fund it. I'll do all the shit for her.
But you don't want a woman to work.
I don't mind, but it's not preferably because once we have a household, it's about what's best for the household. If you being here and controlling the household is best for the household. It might not be what's best for you. And see, that's what I don't like. I don't want no female that's trying to find what's best for her out of the situation.
But that's what relationships are. We're both supposed to get something out of it.
Yeah, boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm talking about when we having a family.
Yeah.
I'm a family type guy. So
You're not are you a family type?
Any female I'm with, I'm gonna have a kid with him, and we're gonna try the household thing.
Okay.
I believe in a traditional household. Boyfriend and girlfriend, sure, we can piggyback off each other. You don't have to cook and clean all the time because it's just me and you.
Yeah.
But once we have kids together.
But 10,000 square feet is a lot to clean. Why can't you just get a housekeeper to do that?
Because it's not gonna be dirty if it's just me, you, and the kid, right? Who the fuck? Who gonna make this big ass house dirty?
A 10,000 square foot house gets dirty without people even dust.
No,
just dust.
bigger places are hard to get dirty. Smaller places are easy to get dirty because if I drop this, it's gonna be an eyesore all fucking day because this place is not as big. Now we're in a 10,000 square foot house and that's on the floor. That's not gonna even almost make the place.
For
look
me,
dirty.
that's gonna bother me. That will.
But it's not gonna
bother
make the place look dirty. It's just gonna be an eyesore. It's not gonna be like, oh damn, it's not clean in here.
But is the woman that's the woman for you that's keeping up the house and all that? Is it important for her that that's her role to you? Meaning, because is she sort of like your servant, kind of?
No, she's just a woman. That's what womanly duty.
You don't cook?
No, I don't. But I will for a woman. I'll try.
Do you know how to cook? You've never cooked?
I did on stream one time. I let the stream tell me what to do, and I cooked it for Nevaeh.
Okay.
So I'm open to other avenues. If a female is presenting herself as worth it, I will cook for her. Sure, I'll wash her clothes. I'll clean for her. But she has to do all of that first, and then I'm like, oh shit, okay, you've done so much. Let me take a day off for you. But for me, the woman I'm looking for, man, has to fill in the blanks. She has to be able to do the things that I can't already do.
So the fresh out of love.
For example, if I have a car, I'm not finna go look for a bitch with a car. Oh, I need a bitch with a car. If I have a house, I'm not finna go look for, I need a bitch with a house. No. I have a house, okay, baby, you bring the car. Okay, I have a car, okay, you bring the house. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm not looking for somebody to match me. I'm looking for somebody to fill me. Is there something wrong with that?
But if she has a house, why don't you say, all right, baby, make that our Airbnb and let's make money.
That's a problem. That becomes a problem.
Why?
I don't want to start a relationship that later down the line, what you have will become a problem. Because now we have to decide, which house do we want to live in? Which one's bigger? Oh, which one is this? Which one is that? Which one? I'm the leader. So I don't want to deal with somebody who's going to
co-lead?
Yeah, I'm not looking for a co-leader. I'm looking for a good follower. I feel like men are looking for good followers and women are looking for good leaders. You're gay, so you may not understand that.
Wait, don't attack me. Wait, no, hold on. Gay people.
No, because you're laughing as if you don't understand the ideology of it.
I know, I understand. What I think I understand is that you have to always be in control. Meaning if it's her house.
Not necessarily.
If she has a house, she can leave and go back to her house. Yeah. But if she's in the house with you, she's in your house.
Our house? I'm the type, if she has a house, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if I don't give a fuck, how does that bring any value to me? You know what I'm saying? And that's all you want to keep saying. Oh, I got my own place. I can go to my own place. Okay, go to your own place. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that conversation.
Yeah.
I want it to be, we're stuck here.
Right.
I'm looking for I'm not looking for this optional ass.
Yeah, I'm stuck here is crazy.
I'm not looking for no optional ass bitch that's like, oh, I can go do this. Okay, go do that. I want a bitch that needs me and I need, that we're stuck here.
Do you ever think, okay, so say a woman gives all that up, she's with you, she's stuck with you, now it's just you, her, the kids, no housekeepers, meals every day, cleaning the house.
Yeah.
Are you faithful?
Eventually.
When do you think you'll get it out your system?
Listen, I'm the type, if I cheat on a bitch 100 times and she doesn't cheat back, I'll probably stop cheating. Because then in my brain, I will feel bad. I will feel like, damn, I got a good bitch and I'm being the fucking problem. That's what women have to make men feel like emotionally wrong for the things that they do for them to change, right? Does that make sense? Ain't no man gonna change for no female unless they feel like they're doing this female wrong because she is the right female.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
So it's a psychological thing.
Psychological.
Yeah.
So if I cheat and you cheat back, bitch, we even. What the fuck? I don't feel bad at all. I don't feel wrong at all. I'm gonna go cheat again. But if I cheat and you don't cheat back and you just sitting here crying like, damn, bro, I'm right here and you still doing it. Eventually, I'm gonna feel like, all right, yeah, I'm fucked up. let me change, you know? That's how men are. Whether anybody wants to agree or not, that's how men are. You have to emotionally get to us. You're not gonna physically get to us. If I cheat and you hit me or you do some irrational, I'm not gonna feel it.
So you think a woman that has a man that's cheating should just let him get out his system if she really believes in him and wants him, like, and know that one day he'll stop?
No, I think she should touch him emotionally. She should let him know that, hey, look, you're doing this to me, and I'm not doing it back to you. So, you know, eventually you'll start to feel a type of way, right?
Yeah. Especially if you're eating his ass and wiping his ass and all that. Like,
any man, if you cheat on a bitch 100 times and she does not cheat back one time, but she emotionally lets you know that, hey, yo, this is not cool, bro. I'm not doing it back. Why are you? You're going to feel like a bully in a way. You're going to feel like, damn, I'm just running over the bitch and she's a good bitch. Let me stop doing that. But you have to feel that way first.
Would there ever be a day where you refer to your girl as not a bitch?
Yeah, a golden retriever.
Yeah, you are sick. But it's funny as I'm hearing you talking because I'm thinking of people in my family. I'm thinking of people in my community. I'm thinking of people like we know.
Yeah, I'm
like,
ghetto, bro.
we know, like in the hood, that's just.
Yeah, it's just regular.
Yeah.
That's like a female calling me a
Yeah.
or whatever. Oh, don't call me a No, I'm a nigga.
The Fresh Out of Love tour, could a fan get a one-night stand with Blueface?
Yeah, hell yeah. I might fall in love with that motherfucker. I don't mind.
Blue, you can't say that when you got a baby on the way, bro.
Man. Like I said, Nevaeh has potential to be the one and only if she continues to be genuine and surprise me with lovely, caring, nurturing things that no one else has done for me.
But the Fresh Out of Love tour, I saw the Sacramento day because obviously I'm in Stockton. I saw that everybody's posting it and all that. Is it gonna be safe though? Because I'm a square. I'm a square. I don't like crib shootouts and.
Nah, man, none of my stuff has been any of that nature. Everything I do is safe. Like I said, the circus is controlled. It's a controlled chaos. It's never just uncontrollably just, oh, what's gonna happen next? No, you ask me, I'm gonna tell you exactly which unicorn is about to come out and do a backflip off the fucking top ropes.
You and Ray J and Wack have a streaming platform. Nothing but content.
Yeah, shout out to Nothing But Content, man. We dropping our Fresh Out of Love dating show May 4th. Stay tuned for that, man. Make sure you guys, it's gonna be big.
We gotta say the date again, May 3rd.
May 3rd. Make sure y'all stay tuned for that, May 3rd.
So we're gonna see you Fresh Out of Love. What are we gonna see on that show?
Oh man, you're gonna see a bunch of women fighting for my love. This is nothing like Blue Girls Club. This is the actual dating show where I'm actually picking one that I would potentially be interested in intimately.
And you're serious about it?
Yeah, serious.
So they can all literally fight to be with Blueface?
Yeah. They're not fighting for fun, they're fighting for me.
And then are you gonna have sex with any of them along the way?
Yeah. Of course.
You know what I do respect about you? I have to give you props. You own being toxic. You're not gonna call it toxic.
Yeah. I'm flammable. I'm not toxic, but I'm flammable.
But you own it though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that are doing it, but they don't want nobody to know they're doing it.
Yeah. I don't get that. I mean, these bitches gonna find out anyway.
All right, listen. We've talked about it a lot. Let's get to some games. All right, here at the Jason Lee Show, we like to play games and they all go viral, and with Blueface, probably not gonna be anything less than that. All right, so we're gonna first play this game called Erase the Shape. You said a lot of shady shit. I'm gonna give you a chance to take it back. And I feel now that you're in your soft boy era, you might take it back. Okay. The first one, you said, Kai Cenat is a crybaby, act funny with everybody he came up with, and wonder why he got mental health problems. Stop choosing the fame over real relationships, and you will be okay. Stop letting fame change you. You'll never like what you become.
I ain't taking it back. The fuck? This weirdo fucking got all these fucking Twitch streamers and people thinking that this is what he wants to be in life, and then just flips the script. Fucking weirdo.
But did he left because he was having like social anxiety or something?
No, why his bitch ass left?
You don't like Kai Cenat?
I don't like people that leave people and then leave them.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you take me down this road and leave?
Make the comeback better.
So fuck me for the comeback? Fuck us? Fuck the whole army of people you got behind you, and nah. Don't work like that. You're a selfish piece of shit.
Wow. Okay. This one you talked about earlier. JR is not my biological son. R.I.P. to his father, Ronnie. I can no longer continue the plot. It doesn't feel right as a present father in all my kids' life to be discredited as an absent father to a child that is not biologically mine. I tried my best to fill in the blanks because his biological father is no longer with us, but I can't continue the plot. It doesn't feel right.
Oh. Facts.
Standing on it.
True.
I didn't really see how that was shady, though.
Well, it wasn't at all. I actually put that well, like, respectful, thought out.
Okay. All right, this next one you said, part of growing up is realizing both my baby mamas is mid, shaking my head, I need to get some bad bitches pregnant ASAP.
Well, one of them. I only got one.
And you did get a bad bitch pregnant.
Yeah, Nevaeh is beautiful.
Okay. So you we're keeping
But
it.
I'll take that one back. Jaidyn is looking better these days. I ain't gonna lie. Seen her last night.
What does that mean?
Dang, I ate it.
You ate it.
Yeah. She was looking good. She looks nice.
How do you eat it and move on? Like y'all are like.
It's just sex.
Got it. Okay. This next thing, you're flammable, bro. This next one, you said, Mom, we could never have sex. I'm not into that. Please stop being so invested in the women I'm laying down with. It's kind of weird, like you jealous or some. We can never lay down together. You're not my type.
Yeah, that's true. You see how my mom is? She doesn't give you that vibe? Why does she care so much?
I'm interviewing you. I'm not answering.
Nah, keep that, bro.
I will say, I think your mother is very obsessed with you.
Why?
Like, my mother's dead, so I don't have that issue, but it's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
Have you asked her, like, can you please stop?
Plenty of times.
And she just won't. She's going to tweet about this.
Yeah, no. She's, I've asked her plenty of times. On camera, off camera.
It is what it is.
Nothing I can do about it.
Okay. This next game is another fan favorite. It's called Name Drop. I'm going to put a person up. First thing comes to mind. It could be anything. It could be a memory. It could be something you want to say to them or whatever. Okay. This first person, Cardi B.
Mogul, legend.
Okay.
Try not to say nothing sexual.
Yeah. No, that's good. That shows how much respect you got for each other, though. Yeah. We saw you on stage, though. You were distracted by that.
Yeah, I was.
She's single.
Yeah, I think I'm too ghetto for her. Yeah.
Okay.
Too ghetto for a lot of people.
Well, not a lot. Your roster's full.
I mean, yeah, those are normal ghetto people, though. You know, some people, once they get money and shit, they stop liking the ghetto shit.
I think seeing you with a classy
Yeah,
white girl would be different. Would you date a white girl?
It could updress me, sure.
Okay. All right, this next person. Haven't heard from him in a while. He just got out to 6ix9ine.
Snitch.
Okay. Offset.
Midlife crisis.
Do you ever think of reaching out? Are you guys friends? No.
We've done music together.
Okay.
We've done things together. He's more cool with my manager than me. But nah, reaching out to somebody like him, I feel like he's already older in age. You know, certain people are just, you can't change them once anybody past 30, you cannot get through to them on changing anything.
So you said midlife crisis. Do you think it's because of aging?
He's just over the hill, and he's not really adjusting to it as a person. He's not big homing the situation, you know? He's still trying to do the YN shit, do the young shit. And it's like, bro, you supposed to be the OG. You know? It's like the big homie coming to the hood and fighting young and doing young shit. You gonna fuck with him on a young type level, like, okay, I respect that he's still out here trying to be with us, but then on some like look up to a nigga type shit, you're gonna be like, I'm looking up to him, the fuck, he just got beat up by Stanley.
Stanley's crazy. Okay, this next person we talked about earlier, you said NLE Choppa.
Transgender.
Huh?
He's a transgender.
NLE Choppa is not transgender.
That's the first word that comes to my mind, transgender. He likes his ass ate, but he don't like his nipples played with.
I think playing with a man's nipples is weird, though.
I think playing with a man's ass is weird. Weirder.
Oh, Blue. All right. Transgender is crazy, though. The first thing come to mind, transgender. That's not what transgender is in the real world, by the way. But you're saying they can just transition between any.
You feel me?
That's
Cross-dresser type.
You crazy.
Cross-dresser there.
No. Next.
Yeah, you like tranny better, huh?
Next. Jake Paul.
What do you call somebody that's just like very content-based? Can't really tell if it's real or not.
Unauthentic.
Yeah, unoriginal.
Unoriginal.
Call it, unoriginal. Just call it just content.
But you said you would fight him, though.
Yeah, I would fight him. But I wouldn't go with his storyline.
You think it's all fake?
For sure.
Okay. Pink Face. You've named her Pink Face. Your daughter, Journey.
Pretty privilege.
Pretty privilege.
Yeah, at a young age.
So does she have you wrapped around her finger?
I guess so. I just can't tell her now.
Well, that's wrapped around her finger.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you're out of prison. I'm glad that you're out of excuses.
Me too, man.
I'm glad that you're out of Chrisean and out of all of that.
Thank you. Me too.
And we love that we saw Blue as calm as he is today, because by the time this episode airs, you will have burnt the internet down with probably 10 more things.
Yeah, it'll be something else. So drop it as soon as you can.
Oh, we will. Catch Blueface on the Fresh Out of Love tour. He'll probably be in love with somebody by then.
Yeah, guys, go get those tickets, man. Fresh Out of Love tour. Albuquerque, New Mexico, Denver, Colorado, San Diego, Boise, Idaho. Sacramento. Seattle, Washington, Yakima, Keeger, Oregon. Click the link in my bio for the tickets right now, man. Go get it.
All right. Give it up for Blueface.